Hello and welcome back to the Football Drop Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Guess who's back?
Is back, baby.
Back again.
How are you?
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Buzzing to be here, mate. Absolutely buzzing to be back, shooting, recording with you. And it's just, I don't know what to make of it. It's been a while.
It's been long overdue, isn't it? It's definitely been long overdue. We're enjoying it. It's really good to be back. Repping some merch. I see you're not wearing yours because you don't obviously like the podcast anymore.
No.
But also got a cup as well.
Yeah.
Repping podcast merch. That's what we love.
Well done, Geese. Smashing it as always. You are the man, the FDP man. And you come from
a walking advertisement.
You're a walking something.
How have you been? How has your, I would say summer been, but it's only July. But yeah. How's
summer's done now.
Season been for you, Will?
Summer's done. We had that 2 weeks of sun. Now it's back to rain, and more rain.
Has been very rainy today. But you came round to see your goddaughter today, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was good. It was nice to see you both. I feel like we've done a couple of little bits and bobs like that recently to see out, just to see our families and be good people, really.
Well, this has been a thing now, isn't it? Where we've been taking the mick a little bit about we don't really actually do anything as a. I was going to say as a couple. Then.
You was going to say as a couple then. He's coming round.
As with families interlinking, but we've done quite a few things recently. It's been quite nice.
It has been nice, mate. Yeah, been absolutely buzzing. There's lots to go over. There's lots to talk about because we've been away for a while.
We have. I feel like this is going to be quite a long episode, this one.
What's been going on?
General life or football world?
Let's go with your general life, mate. What's been going down?
General life, do you know what? Not an awful lot, to be honest with you. Just working, spending time with Maisie, spending time with your family, spending time with my family, trying to catch up with some football bits and just enjoying ourselves, really. I've got a new addition for the background of the office, which will be going up hopefully in the next few weeks as well. FDP related, so it looks very smart.
Okay. Why in a couple of weeks? Why is it going to take you a couple of weeks to put a light up?
Because I need to try and hide the wiring and stuff for it, so it looks smart.
You're getting somebody else to do it, aren't you?
No, I just need to do it at some point. But I've got actually some lights to make the background look smarter as well.
Nice.
So yeah, very excited for this. They're actually down here, but yeah, obviously not in yet. But they need to be done properly, so that make it look smarter. Because obviously, I want the background to be smarter, more professional looking. Because I like the podcast. I really want it to look good, especially if you guys watching at home on YouTube.
Yeah. So as you would probably all have guessed, there was some subtle digs there. Very subtle. You may have just missed them.
Can I just say? It wasn't intended that way, but in my head, something linked it. I'm like, oh my God, this works. This is flowing perfectly. I can dig out Will on air. Let's do it.
Yeah, of course. So I have moved. I've moved into the garage and I've moved prior to actually decking it out and making it look nice because we're working on the house. So I've moved in here. So there's no dogs going to be tapping around. There's going to be, kids coming in to try and get food or whatever happens, in theory, it should be pretty all right. But it just means that I've got a bare wall where I've covered the plug up with a t-shirt.
I'm not gonna lie, I do actually quite like the brick background though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do genuinely quite like it.
Well,
I just think you need a picture of us up there as well, really.
Get used to it. I've just got to reconfigure everything there because I've had to turn the table round. So now I've got to try and work out what's going on. It's all up in the air, mate. It feels like a bit of a kerfuffle, but we will get there. It will, we're tweaking it. So yeah, basically I've been relegated to the garage. To the garage. Job. That's the title for the episode. Done.
The thing is, though, famously, A wise man once said, Rome wasn't built overnight.
That is. Do you know what? You made me feel a little bit better about myself now. That is fucking
There you
accurate.
go.
It wasn't. Thank you for that.
I can see how happy you are. You're like, that was sweet. That was actually quite thoughtful.
Yeah,
Considerate.
there's just oh mate, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. There's loads going on. There's like
Yeah.
house stuff going on, and I've been asking Chat GPT to like help me build an extension, but it keeps getting confused.
Yeah. The dodgy loft converter. So I've
Well,
just poured
no,
myself a drink.
because we might not have the loft converted now. I've got another plan in mind to create another bedroom. So I'm trying to ask ChatGPT, but it just goes like, oh yeah, here you go. And I ended up, I was like, are you all right? I just messaged it, are you all right? And he went, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Thank you for your patience. And I was like, I've not been very patient. So
What's your problem?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's
Nice.
like been loads going on here for me. I was successful in celebrating my partner's 40th birthday party, and you came to that.
Yes. And what a brilliant night you organised. I mean, you made it very difficult for yourself a lot of times, but you pulled off a really, really good night.
Yeah,
It was good fun.
it was just chaotic from start to finish for me, where nothing seemed to go right. But it was all my own doing, and it only went right because of other people undoing my own mess. I just I booked I booked the hall half an hour after the guests were due to arrive.
Are you sure you want to out yourself on here?
That's also an hour after I said the band could get there. And then I booked the caterers 2 weeks after the party was due to take place.
What do you do that?
So there is actually a really reasonable explanation for it. Oh, I've managed to convince myself it's reasonable, but I don't know if it actually is. But there was 2 dates in
Buckle up,
mind.
ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up.
The date that we had was one of the dates in mind, obviously, and then 2 weeks later was the other date in mind. So I booked the catering for the second date and the hall for the first day. Yeah,
Makes perfectly.
exactly. Yeah. So there's been quite a lot of stuff like that just seems to happen to me, just through not really thinking.
Mm.
So I feel like I need to
Yeah.
start engaging my brain and just doing stuff.
I'm going to glaze over every comment that's whizzing through my mind right now. And let's, shall we get stuck into football talk, shall we?
We can do, mate.
Get into it. Let's start with a bit of a serious, sad note, shall we? Obviously, during the off-season, Diogo Jota and André Silva, his brother, obviously, unfortunately, were killed in a car crash, which is absolutely heartbreaking for the football world as well as the world generally, isn't it, really? Great player. Apparently, he's a very, very lovely guy. Lots of sort of funny stories come out about him, how he's like with staff, with his fellow players, with family. It's just a heartbreaking thing to happen, isn't it? And was it a week or so after he got married, I think, or a couple of weeks after? Which is, even worse.
Yeah, obviously, our thoughts go out to him and his family, and Liverpool are doing some nice things in terms of paying the family the remainder of his contract out, and they're going to support the family. So that's what you can ask for, really. Just really sad. I think with things like that, I worry about kind of the implications that's going to have, like the what next. So do you remember when Cardiff lost
Yes.
their yeah, and there was like legal implications between them and I can't remember who his club was. Was it Lons or something like that?
Yeah, one of the
Something like
friends.
that.
I can't remember who it was, yeah.
And you just think, oh, I really hope there isn't like some legal element that's going to come from this or anything that's just going to like make it even worse than it already is. But I haven't heard anything like that. So it does seem like, the family are able to grieve and, do what they need to do. So yeah, fingers crossed that's what happens. But they've retired the shirt, haven't they? Which I think is the right thing to do.
Yeah, I thought it was a really nice thing. And they sort of linked lots of things around him and his performances for the club around the number 20 as well, which I thought was really quite sweet. It really means just that little bit more. So, the fact that they've retired that shirt. And it's not just in the men's team, it's throughout the whole club. I think that's incredible. What a lovely, really thoughtful, considerate thing to do. yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, as you said, yeah, to Echo, thoughts go out to his family, his kids, and everyone associated to him, really, because you wouldn't wish that on anyone, would you?
Definitely not, mate. No, what a weird thing to say.
No, just to have to go through it though, it's just a horrible thing.
Yeah,
You don't want anyone to experience that, would you? Really? I know it's life, but it is. It's a real disappointment and a loss of life. Lots of other stuff going on in the world of football, though. Club World Cup. Let's have a little discussion on this, shall we? Because one of us really enjoyed it, didn't they?
I assume you talk about me.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a perfect tee up, but yeah, that's okay.
No, I did. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was. I thought it was a good tournament. In terms of pre-season, I feel like it was a bit overhyped for like a pre-season tournament, but it was. It was very good. There was some good football being played. It was nice to see, the South American teams coming in and playing teams from Europe. And I thought that was a really good mix. And even some of the kind of the Mexican teams were pretty good as well in that sense. And the MLS teams maybe not so much. New Zealand's Auckland FC didn't hit the high hopes that some
No,
people predicted that they might. No, it was good. It was a good tournament. I think it was quite big money for a pre-season tournament, but decent.
I love how you keep saying pre-season tournament. So Chelsea obviously won, as if you've seen it or not, but they've won. I think it's 108 million or 110 million in prize money.
Why? Could I ask you something? Why is it that whenever the Club World Cup was mentioned, people would talk about how much Chelsea had earned from it?
Because that's the only good thing about the Club World Cup, I think.
Yeah, but it was just a pre-season. You don't hear in the Audi Cup how much Tottenham win.
No, because this is 100 and something million. It's more than you get
That's
for
what
the
I
Champions
mean.
League and everything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
Do you think it will become
That's
bigger
why
than the
people
Champions
talk about
League, or as big as?
it. That is a very good question.
Thank you.
I think it could. I think it's obviously this is kind of the first one in this format, so there's going to be teething issues like that. The halftime show and stuff was just an absolute joke. Can't have a halftime show for 25 minutes during a football game.
It's
It shouldn't be like that. It's not football.
well, it's like that though, isn't it? That's the way it's done now. Like you look at the Super Bowl, and that's what happens. So that's the way football's going.
Yeah, but that's an American sport. Football is a global sport, and that doesn't happen.
No, I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen now.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame.
Because you don't like
I'm all for
change.
making I'm all for making a big deal about the competition and making it a real kind of good activity, make a day of it, I suppose. But for 25 minutes for a show, which I didn't think was any good anyway, to be honest with you, I just thought, okay, great, cool. Can we get back to football now? Because it was a really good game of football. And that's what it should all be about. It should be about the football only. But that's why we talk about Chelsea winning all the money, is because it's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
There are two signings that they made during the tournament, they've already paid for through the tournament winning.
True. And one of the signings came on and
insane.
pretty much won them it.
Yeah, how good does João Pedro look for them, by the way?
Yeah, really. I mean, Chelsea overall looked fantastic throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Really, especially in that final against PSG, they look so good. Yeah, big up Chelsea. They got a big season coming ahead of them now.
Yeah,
it's kind of worrying, isn't it? That
yeah, it is a little bit. They looked. I think when they started the tournament, it didn't look that good, and they've just got better and better and better as that tournament, sort of went through.
Yeah,
I think as long as they get that rest, they could be a bit of a dark horse in the league next season.
but I don't think it'll be a dark horse. I think they're going to do well in the league next season. I think the Premier League next season is shaping up to be quite interesting, and Chelsea are definitely going to be there.
Yeah, Chelsea's spending some big money. I mean, Liverpool are throwing money left, right, centre at the moment, aren't they? In terms of transfers.
Yeah, they got off quite quick, actually, didn't they? Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez. Who else did they sign?
They signed that Mamadashvili, the goalie, but he was obviously last season. But I think it's actually gone through this season now. So that's another signing. Yeah.
I see Man City are looking for a new goalkeeper.
Yeah, they're linked with James Trafford to bring him
Yeah,
back to the club.
and Edison's on his way to Turkey, I believe.
Really? I've not seen that. Because I've seen Ortega's been linked with Burnley, trying to do a bit of a swap and a fee kind of agreement there. I didn't see anything about Edison, though. That's a
Yeah,
weird move.
yeah.
That's a really weird move.
I think it's his age, isn't it, that they'll be concerned with, and they'll be wanting to make some changes.
Yeah, but has he, excuse me, has he dropped that much? Performance level wise to warrant, I'll get rid of him?
Well, I think Manchester City will probably be changing the way that they play. So Edison is a good shot stopper, but he's more about his footwork and what he can do as well as that. Whereas I don't know what their play is going forward. James Trafford is an excellent shot stopper, isn't he? He doesn't tend to concede too many goals.
Well, he does when he's in the Premier League. When he's in the Championship, he doesn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be interesting to. Yeah, I wonder where he'll go. I mean, if
Who?
you're James Trafford and City are putting a bid for you, you're going to take it, aren't you? You're not going to stay at
Of
Burnley.
course.
You'd be like, I've
No.
got to go.
Especially when you look and they've just signed Kyle Walker, and you're thinking he ain't got it in him. He ain't got it.
Yeah, I think there's some strange moves that's been happening. That was weird for me. Then the next one was Jordan Henderson to Brentford. And it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense because obviously Norgard's now gone to us. But I didn't see that ever happening either, though.
No.
Not if he was going to go anywhere, he'll go to Sunderland, I thought.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. It was definitely an odd one, but like you say, it does make sense when you see that Norgard obviously has left for Arsenal,
Mm.
and he's still he's still got it in him. I think he had some issues at Ajax, didn't he? Where he said some stuff that maybe he'll regret. So yeah, it was a funny one. Bless him.
Strange, very strange. But let's talk about Arsenal
Why?
because we're both Arsenal fans. We'll always try and link something back to it. So let's just go for it now. What do you make of the signings so far and the rumours? Let's start with signings first, then we'll go on to the rumours.
Well, I think Arsenal are doing some good business. I think I'm pleased with everyone that we've signed. Norgard, I mean, squad player. He had a good season last season. Well, he's probably had a good couple of seasons, to be fair to him. So
Yeah.
he's always been a consistent, somebody who's just there to keep the team motivated, keep them going, push them forward. That's what he's good at. So I think he'll be very good in covering, when we need that. Zubamendi, I think, has been one of those players who's played for obviously Sociedad and hasn't really been able to kind of show what he's like on the big stage for Sociedad. Obviously, he had a very very good. Was it last year Spain won the Euros?
Yeah.
It was last year. Yeah, God, it seems longer ago than that. But anyway, obviously he played very very well for them in the Euros, and I think if Rodri wasn't Rodri, Zubamendi would be right up there in like being sort of touted as the best in that position. But because you've got Rodri, it's almost like no one can compare. It's we've been spoiled with Messi and Ronaldo. So every time you mention a winger, it's almost like well they're not Messi or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare. But he's very good. I think he's going to be great. A great addition. We're just about to sign Mascara, who will be a good cover for the centre backs. We might lose Kiwior, and I hope that doesn't happen because he covered Gabriel and did quite a good job by all accounts.
Yeah, I think he did well.
Madueke as well. I think another squad player, but he's English. He's an international. He done okay for Chelsea. I think he can take it up a level, and he seems to be quite close with some of the Arsenal players. He's obviously supports Arsenal, so I think there's that added reason for him to kind of move on. So pretty happy. I think the disappointing thing for me is what happened with Arsenal and Thomas Partey. I think that's sort of
God, I forgot about
been
that.
an overcast for Arsenal for a number of years, and you didn't know who it was for sure, but there was lots of suspicions that this unnamed footballer had been arrested for rape, and Now, it's actually turned out that it was Thomas Partey, and have Arsenal stood by him? And then there's the element of, well, you're innocent until proven guilty. So what did Arsenal know? What didn't Arsenal know? But obviously, they've just remained silent. So that left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth personally.
Yeah, I think on the party stuff first for me, it seems too coincidental with the timing that we did a little bit of an announcement saying he's not a player anymore, or his contract had expired.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything official, if I remember rightly. But then as soon as it got announced that he was being charged with it, we was like, well, he's not an Arsenal player, so we're not going to comment any further. That to me was like, I don't understand this. If we'd done an announcement saying thank you, Thomas, for all your performances, your help, and blah blah blah, then you'd probably look at the club from an outsider and think maybe they didn't know then. But to me, it just screams dodgy. It really does, and yeah, I agree with you. It's a bit of a sour note, but until this plays out, you just don't know what's really happened. It'll come out eventually of who knew what and whatever. But yeah, on the transfer front, the Madueke one, I don't really get it for that amount of money. I really don't. I don't think he's been as good as Alanga, and Alanga's gone for 60. I think he was at 55 or something. Yeah, so basing it on that, for example, though, 50-55, he's been a top performer for Forest for a few seasons. Then I kind of understand he's a star player for them. Madueke isn't a star player for Chelsea. He's not really delivered consistently. And you're still paying 50 million for him. To me, it just seems like a lot, especially for someone who, as you rightly said, is going to be a squad player or a backup. He's not going to be, his preferred position is on that right wing. Who are you going to choose, him or Saka? Yeah, for me, jury's out. I think he's got potential, but jury's out for me. Who else have we got? Norgard. I get it. It's a Jorginho replacement. That sort of older, wiser player. Get in, do your job, step in when you need to, be part of a squad. He's the leader, which is great. I think we always need that. The one I'm really interested in, it's not done yet, is Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Really, I'm nervous. I mean, you've been William Romano over this transfer window, sending me updates every hour, basically. And it's been brilliant. I've loved it because I don't have to read any transfer news at all now. I've just got you reporting it, telling me about contract clauses and this and that. And I'm like, how the fuck does Will know all this? So if you can just get your guests and your sources on the pod, that'd be great.
Yeah, trying hard, mate. Working in the background there to, get people on the podcast. Orny is a maybe.
Yeah. What about Leroy Lita? Has he replied yet?
Still not heard anything from him, no.
You should have asked him when we went up there.
I should have done. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because we had that long conversation, didn't we? So you'd have thought I'd have asked him.
Yeah.
In that, but yeah. No. I mean, when you don't talk to somebody and they ignore your messages, yeah, you would expect them to.
We've got an in now with Jack though. FC founder. Just worm my way in. But Jack, can you do us a favour? Also, while you're there, if you can message Henry Lansbury, because he's blanked me now. Need Henry to come on as well, mate.
Yeah.
We'll get on that. We'll bring that for this season, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly.
What a strange promise to make.
I didn't promise it. I said we'll try. We will try. Can we just laugh at Manchester United for a minute?
Always.
So they can't sign basically anyone. People keep rejecting them.
Right.
They signed Cunha, which is a great one to be fair, but I don't know whether he's what they need. Not saying he's not a good signing.
What do they need though? They need everything.
So what they need is a goalkeeper, a left back, a right back, and 2 centre backs, a CDM, 2 CMs, probably a cam as well. Although maybe Cunha could probably do that role. I reckon they need a left wing, a right wing, and maybe another striker. If they get that, I reckon they could do well.
Yeah, well, they're going to get Mbeumo.
What do you think of this deal?
I think United are right to go for him, and Mbeumo's had a great couple of years, if not more. I thought that it was Ivan Toney that was the driving force behind Brentford, and Mbeumo and Visser, and Brentford are quite keen to snap Visser up on a new contract.
Yeah, very much so.
I think they've done really well. So I think Mbumo is a leader on the pitch. Like he's really intelligent on the pitch and knows how to find a goal. I think with Cunha as well, that relationship could work really well. And if you've got somebody like that, it might spur someone up. If they keep Hoyland, it might spur him on to do more, especially with Bruno sitting in the middle of the pitch as well. It looks like Garnacho's going to leave. He's linked away. So, in terms of defence, I think defensively that if they didn't get anyone, maybe a fullback would be good. But I think the centre of the pitch, they're pretty content with that.
Yeah, I think they need another CM or a CDM because Casemiro's not getting any younger.
Oh, 100% they need that. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Rashford. So you called it at the beginning of the transfer window.
Well, I
Rashford
didn't.
said, I want to go to Barcelona. Don't we all, mate? Today it's announced. Romano was like, here we go. Rashford to Barcelona. Loan deal with an option. Mental.
Couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. No, that's madness that he's going to go there. That's crazy stuff.
Did you hear Teddy Sheringham as well? Was it on Saturday or Sunday? He was like, no, why should he go? He doesn't deserve it. He's like, he's not earned that. He's like, you go to Barcelona, that's like your step up. That's like your final step up kind of thing. Those sort of elite of the elite. But Rashford doesn't deserve that. I'm like, go on, Teddy.
I love Teddy Sheringham telling people who deserves to go to different clubs. Wow.
Yeah.
The irony there. Yeah, let's move on from that.
Yeah, mental. So yeah, I just wanted to laugh at United because I think they're in for another tough season. They've got some good signings and it could be better, but I don't think you can get much worse than what they've just had, to be fair.
No, another team that's on their way up, Tottenham. I don't like Tottenham. I don't think I've ever really sugarcoated that. But Thomas Frank, I do like. I've got a lot of time for, and I think he's going to do quite well there. And there's almost a little part of me that wants the success for him because he's almost a top guy.
Yeah, but did you hear in his press conference he said to dare is to do? And it really cringed me out.
No, but I did hear him talk about.
I know what you're going to say.
He said, "Oh, no one can go a whole season without losing." And then he went, "Well, except for Arsenal."
Yeah, and then he went, "Oh, that's my first mistake."
Yeah.
This is his way of lining up a move to Arsenal in the future. When
that'll be the biggest of all shit outs. That
done enough. Can you imagine?
But we must talk about the team on my Crystal Palace. We must talk about Palace, who smashed it in the FA Cup, and now they are not currently likely to go through and play the Europa League because of ownership issues with John Texera, or something like that.
Texter, yeah.
Texter, who has shares in both Palace and Lyon. Tried to sell his shares, but I think he's now sold them.
He sold them, but it was a couple of days late of the March the 1st deadline.
So they were then classed as having joint ownership and are therefore now not allowed into the Europa League because Lyon got there by like the skin of their teeth. I think it was like the last game of the season. They then did something crazy, yeah, and managed to get themselves in. Then they were relegated, by the way, because of their financial position.
God, I forgot about that. Yes.
And then they weren't relegated, and now they've knocked Crystal Palace out of the Europa League based on positions and honestly, absolutely insane situation. And Forest are the ones leading on it because obviously they benefit by not being in the Conference League and being in the Europa League.
Yeah.
So that, I tell you, when Palace play Forest, that is going to be a tasty game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be lots of atmosphere there, definitely. But do you think Palace deserve it more than Forest?
That is a fucking good question, actually, because I was thinking, yeah, of course they won the FA Cup. And then I was thinking, yeah, but Forest had a blinding season. So that is a really good question, actually, because who is worthy of the Europa League more? The team who wins the FA Cup or the team who does really well in the Premier League and just misses out by a point or two, and Palace obviously finishing in 12th for the 800th season in a row? Yeah, it's a good question. I think it does belong in the FA Cup. I think
Yeah.
feel for Palace, and I think they do deserve it over Forest, but not by much.
Yeah, Joe, I completely agree with you on this one because
Not if I'm
I
with
think
you.
from a competition side of things, do you want the underdogs to kind of go through? Ones that have had a really good cup run. You know, they're not going to be up there challenging for league titles and things, but this helps them gain that extra competitiveness. They get a little bit more money for it. They get the experience of travelling abroad, playing other teams, and always broadening their fan base a little bit as well. If they have a cracking game against, some Slovenian team or whatever, or wherever it may be, all of a sudden, fans will be like, that was a really good game. I enjoyed that. And you end up following Palace a bit more. And then, they have another cup run or they have a really good season and they finally don't come 12th. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this is quite cool. And they get another fan and they might get another sale. It just helps propel the club and just grows every club that way. And especially for the competition, I think it's nice to have different people in there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm sure people will disagree with us, but yeah.
I'm sure they would. And I'm sure we've got lots and lots of conversations to have going forward before pre-season, and we'll probably do something around transfers and who people have got and what we predict and things like that. But just sticking with the actual podcast, because we've got a few changes that we're looking to make, aren't we? So one of them is Predictions Cup. Now, I'll be honest with you, Ben. You have spoken to me about Predictions Cup. I think you've explained it to me 3 times, but I still don't understand it. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a bit salty because we're not doing the original format and I won that 3 years in a row. And now I'm a bit like, I feel like PSR's come in to City and has like knocked me off from getting my 4th win in a row.
Just asking, where's the trophies for this, by the way? Because this was
Trophies
your
for
year for the predictions. Because I won the FPL Cup, which you never mention, but you won the predictions. So where's the trophies for this?
I don't know. Am I ordering them?
Yeah. You were supposed to be ordering them back in April.
Oh, right.
I assumed you had and was just waiting for a sort of grand ceremony or something for the podcast.
No, what you did is you thought you'd mention it on the podcast with the smirk that you've got on your face because you'd obviously known that I've forgotten.
Yes, very much so. I need to add it to my 3 trophies up here.
Okay, I've got some bad news actually. It broke.
Can't believe you broke your trophy.
No, I dropped it on the floor.
No.
Yeah, in the move. So it's my 20.
See, this is why you're not a worthy winner, because mine are fully intact.
Sure. So anyway, stop digging
But
me
yeah,
out.
I think
I'm getting
we
upset.
need to work out the finalised format. But I think
No, you've known
instead
it.
of doing... Yeah, but I've got to see whether you're still happy with it, because basically we want to streamline it down a little bit because it's quite complicated, and Will and I, we're not the best. Well, it is, because we're not the best at keeping log of it and filling in all predictions. I mean, we missed 4 weeks, which made obviously last season's, obviously not count anyway. So
The thing is, though,
we
right,
don't want to keep missing
you
out
don't
on...
ever do it. It's all on me.
So we don't
I
want
have to
miss
log
out.
it and work it out. So what you're doing is criticising me
You're
here.
interrupting me on the podcast.
I
Come on,
I
my
feel
friend.
attacked. I feel attacked.
Okay, that's fine. Tell me how you feel after we've finished recording. So basically, we're going to do 3 games.
Tell me how you feel when it's not like no one can hear.
When I can turn off, yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
No, so we're going to do 3 games a week. There may be different competitions. They may be not just the Premier League, just to add a little bit more spice to things. So and I will choose the 3 games each alternating week, which makes it a little bit more fun, a bit more interesting. We're going to add a couple of extra rules in, which we haven't actually decided on what ones we're going to go with yet. To get
I like how you're saying we.
Goals. Because I've written down loads of suggestions, but we will go through what we want to do and what we want to sign off on.
So is this like the Crouchy
just to make
one?
it a little bit more interesting? Crouch, she's given us some inspiration, yeah, but there's other different rules and stuff that I've thought of that could be a really cool thing. Kind of like FPL with like a little wild card for the week. You can like double your points and things like that for that one game week and stuff. So there's all sorts of little ideas. So we will talk about them. We'll do a post once it's all confirmed so you guys can see it. And each week we'll post it as part of our predictions post. You'll see what the rules are, see who's played what card.
So what you've done is you've simplified it by complicating it.
Yes, it's a Ben special.
Yeah, no, we really want to simplify it by, adding loads of rules in and chucking in wild cards and just picking 3 games. But it doesn't matter what 3 games, but it's simple. It's simple.
No, we're going to choose games. We're going to choose games that we want to talk about. But yeah, I've definitely complicated it more, for sure.
It does sound like
I
it.
like to call it.
Spicing it up.
Spicing it up, yeah.
That's what she said.
So, yeah. So there's that. That's the potential changes coming up. FPL will be running again soon. So everybody is more than welcome to join. Once it's up and running, we'll let you know. We'll do a little announcement. Looking forward to that one. Are you going to follow it again this year properly or not? You got to follow it, more again. Than October, November.
So what we're going to do
another trophy.
Is we're going to be doing some challenges across the year as well.
Yes, we are.
What are you doing?
I'm just pouring another drink.
What is that?
Fancy. It's juice. It's just some squash.
Why have you got in? Is that like a carafe?
It's a carafe, actually. Carafe. Yes.
What the fuck has happened to you?
Trying to get my water intake up. I don't drink enough water.
It'd be fucking insane to have done that on the podcast, but never mind. So we're going to be doing some.
Drink. What
we're going to be just fucking insane that you would pour into a cup mid podcast.
What do you do? Drink from the carafe, like negative.
Isn't it a carafe?
It's a carafe.
Never heard it. I thought it was a carafe. I've been saying it wrong.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't actually. Yeah, but you say scone instead of scone, so people can't rely on you for saying words correctly.
I'm not getting into this. No, I'm so close to buying. I need to move on. So we're going to be doing some fitness challenges. And there's one that we agreed from last season where you are going to be doing a 10K in December.
Yes.
How is that going? Because we're now in July, coming towards the end of July. How is that going?
How is that going? I'm at about 2.5, 3. Slow pace. But I can do that without stopping at the moment. Obviously, I've had issues with my knees. So I haven't done anything for a couple of weeks now. But trying to get back on it when I can. Trying to do a little bit more. Try and get the weight off, which will make the runs easier. And then hopefully by December, be good to go. Because I don't care about what time I do, as long as I do it without stopping.
The 10K, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll be doing some other little challenges across the year, fitness challenges. So, we've chucked Ninja Warrior out there just to see if that might be something that we can do. We're probably going to do a bench press competition to see who can bench press more. Deadlift competition. There might be
of course we're doing deadlift. Can I just interject for a second here? Because the boxing, I've given you so many opportunities to book it. Just book it. I sent you links to white collar boxing, loads of things, charity boxing. We can organise something. I was like, just you tell me a date, we'll box. And you haven't done it. Now, obviously, we've heard earlier on about your planning skills are not great. We know that. You'll book a fight and you'll prepare for it, and you won't turn up. I'll make sure I get a massive trophy for winning it so I can display it behind. And you'll turn up 2 weeks later and be like, oh, where are you? Well, you're not here. All the food's here, so clearly it's the right date. And it won't work. But you won't do boxing.
You finished?
Yeah, I finished.
So do you want the boxing match?
I'm up for it. I've said that before.
Yeah?
I'm up for it.
Why haven't you booked it then? You've got all of the information. And why?
Because you're the one that said...
Rule?
What do you mean, why is that the rule? Because I've passed it for you to book.
No. You don't just give me things to do.
No, I have. That's exactly what I did.
No, if you want it, you book it as well, mate. As you've just said, you've got the links to all the white collar stuff. You've got all of the charity stuff. You've got all of the information. Go book it.
Yeah, but I've already said I don't want to beat the fuck out of you. I just don't think it's fair. But if you're really game for it, no, I don't want to.
No, you can't beat me.
Yeah, I can.
You absolutely cannot. You haven't got it in you. You ain't got the fucking minerals, mate.
Let's look at this for maybe the end of the season then, shall we? You up for it?
If you're booking it, so it's all booked and done properly, because I can't book it.
Okay.
Then I'll smash the fuck out of you, yeah.
Mate, you can't even punch a punch. bag. But yeah, let's
Mate,
do
I
it.
broke my punch bag.
Let's
That's how
do it.
fucking hard I hit
What,
it.
the inflatable punch bag? Yeah, well done. Good job, buddy.
Such a dick. So what?
No, I'm up for that. But yeah, for good fitness challenges. Let's go back onto that. Sorry.
No. So if anyone's got any ideas, chuck us in some fitness, some ideas on challenges that we can do to sort of, get each other fit and raring to go. Because the baby food was such a roaring success when that was mentioned to us. So we need to continue with getting people's recommendations in.
Do you know what? We've got baby food now. We can actually do it.
Oh, there you go. We might do it. 2 years, 3 years later, we might actually do it. That'd be brilliant.
Oh my god, yeah, we can do that now.
But
I mean, it's
health
taken
and
me 10 months of having my daughter to realise we can actually do this challenge.
yeah, I'm up for it.
This is brilliant. You book it in, yeah?
Yeah, sure. So fitness-wise, how are you doing?
I've not been great just because my knee at the moment. I feel like I've been very, very stop-start. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
I've done lots of walking, which is good, but it's the actual, not like intense exercise, but obviously being a goalie, I'm diving around, but I dive awkwardly, I think, because you're sort of supposed to dive and sort of land on your side. But when I dive left, I seem to land on my knee a lot more, and I think that's what's causing the damage. So I definitely need to sort of change that technique. But obviously, you don't get time to practice dives. Like, if you're an actual goalie, obviously you will. But we play, five-a-side for Man v Fat. It's very different to, David Raya and Kepa Arrizabalaga. So, yeah, I've got to work on that. But generally, it's going okay. Could be better, but I just need to push myself a bit more. I seem to be finding a bit more of a routine recently. Maisie's played up with sleep and stuff, which has just been killing me. But in terms of kind of like work timings and stuff, seems to be a lot better. So I'm being able to actually have a little bit more dedicated time, I suppose. What about yourself? You seem to be smashing it at the moment.
How's the weight looking? How's that going?
Oh, it's not great. It's not great. I was I think it was 1.6 up this morning.
On
But that
what?
was on my last weigh-in, which was like a week and a half ago. But I do think a fair amount of that is water. Because I've done 2 carafes yesterday, plus untold Chepsies. So yeah, we'll see what it's like in the morning. But I'm hoping to at least go tomorrow. Obviously tomorrow will be yesterday by the time this goes out. And, hopefully get a bit of a loss and at least get a goal for the team, even if I can't play.
Okay, yeah, be good. That'd be good. We need you.
What about you? You've been caning at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, so meat is still my eating. It's still the snacking. But I feel like similar to what you've just said is I feel like I'm starting to get into a bit of a routine. I think being out here is going to help a lot as well, where I'm not able to just go and snack quite so easy. I actually have to get up and go out and do it. So I'm hoping that might help. But no, I've been continuing with the exercise. I've been playing a bit more 11s football as
Yeah,
well,
you have.
which has been good. Yeah, we had a game a couple of weeks ago, and obviously I haven't played sort of before this year. I haven't really played 11s football for, I think I worked it out, for about 15 years.
Was that long?
So it must have been the last time I played a full 90 minutes was about 15 years ago, and I did it again a couple of weeks ago. I played a 90-minute game, and it was fucking hard. But I did enjoy it. So that's been really good. I had Jack there as well. Bless him. He came to watch me play football. It was really sweet, but it was quite funny because he said, like, on the way there, he was like, "Do you think you'll score, Dad? Do you think you'll score?" I was like, "Yeah, I might score. I might, let's see how it goes." Like, I really hope to see. And then first half, ball gets put through, me poke it in bottom corner. I'm like, yes. I'm right. That was sort of about the middle of the first half. So I was like, I can't wait half time. Like,
Nice.
did you see me score? Went out to him, Jack, did you see me score? No,
That
weren't
is
looking.
your boy to a fucking T.
Yeah, he weren't looking. Yeah, bless him.
What a legend.
So yeah, it's yeah, bless him. But I've really enjoyed that. I've been running still, so I've been doing a couple of 5Ks, and I've been carrying on with the weights. So not too bad. I'm down on kind of the start weight, so I'm starting to get into like the mid 80 kilos now. Starting off sort of mid, sort of about 100 108 I think 109, something like that. I was so getting down to sort of like the mid 80s is good. I've got, depending on what I am tomorrow when I weigh, I might have another kilo to go for my 20%. So that means I'll have lost 20% of my body weight, which I think
That's
is pretty decent.
incredible. Wow, man.
So yeah, I think it's just, you know, Man v Fat is really proving to be like brilliant because you've got a group of lads who are there to lose weight. You know, that's basically what they're there for, but they also love football. So you got that bants around football. I mean, there's some that take it quite seriously and they can't start giving the ref shit and they start talking nonsense or start kicking people on the pitch, things like that you think, you know, grow up.
Yeah.
But
Sort
other
yourself out.
than that kind of stupidity on the pitch, mostly off the pitch, people are great and they're really supportive and they want you to lose weight. You want them to lose weight. Some are quite happy with where they are, like they've managed to lose a bit of weight and they're like, right now I'm happy with this. Some people want to go all the
Yeah.
way to BMI and they'll be happy with it. And I just think that the competitive nature of it, so you have to lose weight, you score a goal. When I first heard that, I was like, oh, that doesn't seem really that fair. But then actually,
It's hard.
it's a
It's
really
really
good
hard.
concept because yeah, you've got to consistently lose weight, you've got to consistently be on it, and then they do the challenges as well weekly, and you could have to like walk 80,000 steps in a week. That you're like bloody hell. Or this week you could just have a laugh by trying to pick up a cereal box without using your hands or your arse from the floor, and you know, little things like that. It's just, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And thinking about it because I've always sort of thought, well, I'll just do until I get to a certain point and then I'll quit. And then I'm like, maybe I'll just do a little bit more and then I'll quit. And now I'm like, I want to get BMI, but I think once I get BMI, that's when it becomes really hard to maintain.
I was going to say, because you don't want to lose anymore, really. You want to be, obviously, you can probably fluctuate a kilo here or there and it's okay. But yeah, that maintain side of things, I think that's part of any weight loss journey or weight gain journey. Once you hit that threshold of where you want to be, it's so hard to maintain. That's a whole different challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever
Yeah.
get to that point. I think I'll always try and lose weight, but eventually it's going to be tough. And I think you're very close to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely closer than I ever have been since joining Man v Fat. So yeah, but I mean, I think you've got to take a positive approach, and you've got to be saying to yourself, I can do this. I can lose this weight. I can fit into those jeans. I can fit into that t-shirt. I will fit into that again. Or actually, I want to do it for myself, like for us, you know, with kids. I want to be able to run around after our kids. I want to be able to pick them up without like breaking my back or my knees or whatever it is because of the weight that I'm putting onto those joints. I think it's really important that we continue along that journey. And if anybody is sort of thinking, how do I shift a bit of timber? It's a really good way to do that. You get to have a bit of fun. There's a bit of a competitive edge, and I'm really enjoying it. And because it's not just about that Monday, I think is what has really struck me. It's not about the weigh in on the Monday or the football on the Monday. It's everything in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. I mean, it's really helped you out. It's helped a lot of the people in our team out. Even if you're struggling, obviously this season, well, I mean this year really, I've struggled with a lot of it, with my own challenges and shit. But there's such a good support system there. There's a good group of people there. Obviously, doing it with my best mate as well is even better. So yeah, highly recommend it. So if you are, if you're considering it, we have actually partnered with Man v Fat now. So make sure to have a look on Google, look where your nearest club is, use code Football Drop when you go to check out and you sign up, and it's just join up memberships for £1 instead of, I think it's $9.99 normally as a sign up fee. So you get it just for £1 with us. So yeah, make sure you use the code, check it out. There's clubs pretty much everywhere, actually up and down the country now. Some are huge clubs, like our Margate club's one of the biggest, which is amazing. We're really fortunate. But there's other clubs that are smaller, so it's a bit more intimate. So you get a bit more competitiveness on the pitch, but then you get that closeness of that group support as well. But when you're in the bigger teams, you get really close knit with your specific team, like we are. And then some of them do 11s tournaments and stuff, like obviously Will's part of. So it's a really good way of losing weight. Yeah, mentally, it's that mental health side, probably more importantly than anything else as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. So I'm happy to, comfortable to share with everyone sort of my weight loss journey and what I've been doing and stuff, and hoping that you guys can keep me accountable. And I'm sure you're the same, Ben. So we'll do this a regular update. Doesn't have to be long, but we'll do a regular update on our Man v Fat weight loss journey for a healthy lifestyle. We'll do some challenges as well. Sort of, you know, what we do. I don't know. We could go climb a mountain or something, couldn't we, me and you?
Brokeback Mountain, yeah? Is that what you're thinking?
It wasn't, but it is now.
Recreate that.
I'm glad you're not here, mate.
Yeah, I'm really
Instantly
glad I'm not
erect.
in your garage on your own. Creepy. Very creepy. But yeah, mate, I'm really glad to be back. It's a bit of a weird episode, this one, but it's worked.
We got to the end. So
Eventually.
thanks for listening. Thanks for bearing with us. We're starting to get back into things. So this one might be a ropey one. Next one will be better, we promise. So listen to that as well.
That's a big promise. Cheers for listening.